Pope Francis, he used to say that too to everyone. Say a prayer for me. He enjoyed a remarkable year. He continued his fearless attempts to tackle global issues head on. So for tens of millions of American Catholics, the highlight, of course, was his visit to the United States. Alan Pizzey followed the Pope's travels around the world this year.
Pope Francis set his tone for 2015 in the Philippines, braving typhoon weather in the same cheap yellow poncho the faithful wore. Not quite walking on water, but close enough. He logged more than 50,000 air miles to 11 countries, consistently delivering a message based on mercy, family, poverty, inequality, and the environment. His plain-speaking attitude kept Francis cassock deep in controversy and enhanced his popularity. A confession that a drawback to being Pope was not being able to go out for a pizza prompted a Naples pizza maker to deliver one to the Pope-mobile. Francis paid him back by boldly going where the law fears to tread, into a neighborhood infested by the Camorra, the local mafia, and deriding them with the single phrase, "Corrupt society stinks." As spring came to the Vatican, Francis was in full bloom on his principal themes. Canonizing saints from what was 19th century Palestine bolstered persecuted Christians of the Middle East. Signing the first formal accord between the State of Palestine and the Vatican gave Palestinians a boost and displeased Israel. His signature moment of the year was a clarion call for action on climate change and the environment. And he took the message to the major seats of power, starting with the White House, where he made his first ever speech in English.
I'm deeply grateful for your welcome in the name of the all Americans.
Pope Francis of the Holy See.
He followed it up with the first ever address by a pope to a joint meeting of Congress and managed to both please and disconcert politicians on both sides of the political spectrum. His reasoned and calm delivery,
in their own quiet way, sustain the life of society,
was such a stark contrast to normal political dialogue in Washington that it had hundreds of viewers tweeting along the lines of, "Congress, listen to this man." In a follow-up speech at the UN, he threw down the gauntlet to nearly 150 heads of state. Any harm done to the environment is harm done to humanity. Massive security, which aides said the Pope hated, kept crowd numbers down from his usual draw, but not the enthusiasm he generated. And on the home front, Francis overcame opposition from within the Curia to begin reforming the Vatican bureaucracy and made an extraordinary apology for a series of scandals in the Vatican that included gay sex and drug abuse.
In nome della Chiesa,
I want, in the name of the Church, he told a weekly audience, to ask forgiveness for the scandals. He convinced, some said bullied, the Synod of Bishops to adopt his more tolerant stance towards divorced couples and gays, and he eased the process of getting annulments. He defied security warnings to make a grueling trip to Africa, one leg of which was held to be the most dangerous stop ever made by a modern pope. The Jubilee Year of Mercy, he just declared, will encompass everything the Pope does in 2016. His visit to Mexico in February will focus on immigration and put him into the mix in the Republican primaries. One other issue is his health. Francis suffers from sciatica, has only one lung, and just turned 79. So will he finally slow down, maybe even take a break? Maybe. The only predictable thing about Pope Francis is that he will do the unpredictable. For CBS This Morning, Alan Pizzey, Rome.
I don't see him taking a break. Do you guys?
But it's just a remarkable impact he's had on the way we think about the church.
Yeah, and
sure.
This is the Year of Mercy that's coming up, so it'll be interesting to see what he does in this next year.
And can we just say, Nora, listen, when he was here, you covered him in the United States. One of the best pictures. It had to be a highlight. You got to meet him.
I did get to meet him.
I was looking at that going, wow, that's so cool.
I've held hands with the Dalai Lama and shaken hands with the Pope. Life is good. Life is good.
Life is very good.